good, YouTube? Welcome back to Big Pass Sports Talk. And welcome to another episode. This episode, we're going to be talking about the Baltimore Ravens beating the Tennessee Titans in this super wild card weekend. 6 games in 2 days. A great weekend for football. Great weekend for playoff football. And a great weekend for the Baltimore Ravens and Mr. Lamar Jackson. His Ravens shut down King Henry and the Tennessee Titans. And I have to say, naysayers, what you gonna say to him now, man? He's got his playoff victory. The great quarterback that he is, a lot of fans out there, a lot of football fans out there, we're talking noise about this man, saying that he can't get it done. He can't get a meaningful victory. He's only good for the regular season and beating down on non-winning teams. Well, now he has King Henry's crown on his belt. Got revenge for last year in the playoffs. The Titans beat him down last year, but this year was a different story, man. Lamar Jackson showed you who he is. Lamar Action Jackson. 3rd down, 10. Breaks it out to the outside, 48-yard touchdown. Second longest running touchdown by a quarterback in NFL history. The guy always makes history every time he plays. When he touches the field, he just makes history. So a lot of you guys got to give Big Trust his due, man. Lamar Jackson got it done. You know, they went into Tennessee. Hectic environment. Everybody waiting for him to fail. You might not say it out loud, but on the inside you were waiting for him to fail so you could say some bad things about him, so you could keep saying he can't win the big one. And you know what? I'm not gonna go too hard on the fans who say he can't win the big one, because his track record kind of shows it, man. He didn't win the big one in high school. He didn't win anything in Louisville. Only thing he's done so far during his whole career, if you want to bash him, is he's won a bunch of individual awards, like a NFL MVP, Heisman Trophy winner, best high school player. If you want to bash him for that, go ahead. I don't see how you can do that, but hey, that's how people are. Man's done nothing but win throughout his whole career. Now, I will admit this, he has to get better at passing. That interception he threw to Malcolm Butler was ridiculous. It was a very bad pass, way behind the receiver, just a floater straight to him. It was like a punt. He could have fair caught that interception if he wanted to, but what he does do is he breaks out the pocket and gives you a 48-yard touchdown run. Yeah, he may only give you 150 to 170 yards passing, but he added 130 yards rushing as well. So you get counted for 300 yards. So not much you can really say to him about that. You got to give and take. He's not going to be a 500-yard passer and a 200-yard runner. It's impossible. You gotta take the bad with the good with Lamar. But his good outweighs his bad by a long shot. And to the Tennessee Titans, all that noise you guys were talking, all that noise you was talking about Lamar Jackson, all that noise y'all was doing, and you lost. King Henry, where were you at, bro? They crowned you as King Henry, best running back in the league, 2,000-yard man. You didn't get 100 yards today. The Ravens was ready for you. That's what happens when you talk noise, man, and you don't come out there and back it up. You get your logo stomped on. As well they should, because you guys were talking about their leader like he was just a dog. The whole weekend, Malcolm Butler, your defense talking noise. And I will say this, you guys did show up for the most part. But guess what? You lost. And so now you're staying home. You were already at home. You got beat at home. So now you're staying home. And you're going to be watching next divisional round weekend with me on the couch. That's what happens when you talk noise and you don't back it up. When you do that, man, you gotta go on that field. You gotta show them, man. Y'all let Big Trust and them run over y'all, man. King Henry, they stuffed you, bro. Wasn't no magical 120 yards in the fourth quarter this year. They had a game plan. John Harbaugh had a game plan, and it worked to perfection. Their defensive coordinator, I forget his name, but he's a great defensive coordinator. He's going to be a head coach very soon because he devised a plan to nullify you, King Henry. And so now the Tennessee Titans, the cardiac kids, because you always come back in the end. You couldn't come back this time, Ryan Tannehill. Does this prove that you're not a quarterback that can win games? Are you just what they call it? A guy who just chugs along? A manager of the game? There we go, a manager of the game. Is it all King Henry? When King Henry doesn't go off, can't count on Ryan Tannehill to win the game? The final score proves that they can't. AJ Brown, shout out to you. You're a beast. But it just quite wasn't enough today to beat the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of people left them for dead. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I was one of them too. I put them in a danger zone. But they did what I said they had to do. They won out. They went out and won the rest of the games and made it to the playoffs. And now this might be the most dangerous team in the AFC to combat with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just gonna say it. If they meet up with the Kansas City Chiefs and that defense shows up, I believe the Ravens can beat the Chiefs. And then what are you going to say about Lamar Jackson? What are you going to say about him then? What are you going to bash him about then? Oh, he can't throw the ball. That's a lie, because I just saw him break out the pocket and hit Mark Andrews down the seam. After being chased, he hit him there. He hit Hollywood Brown multiple times deep. And he's just that talented to where if he is kind of shaky throwing the ball, his feet, man, I don't think we've seen somebody like this running the ball ever. Even better than Michael Vick. And that's saying something, because Michael Vick was a dog. That dude can pick him up and put him down with the best of them. But this guy here, that touchdown run he did, man, that was some of the fastest feet I've seen almost ever, man. That guy can move. Like, literally move, man. He scooted across that field. And you mean to tell me this dude is not a Super Bowl caliber quarterback? I think you're gonna have to say something else about him, man, because I'm telling you, the Baltimore Ravens, you can mark this down. Big Pat Sports Talk said it here. The Baltimore Ravens are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in that AFC. The biggest threat. Nobody wants to see these boys. These boys are playing at an elite level. That defense is getting better. Lamar Jackson, he's a touchdown waiting to happen. Hollywood Brown, keep stepping up, bro. He needs you. Mark Andrews, he needs you. X-Man, Dez Bryant, he needs you. Get open for him. Running backs, keep toting that rock. Gus Johnson, keep toting that rock. I'm not a Ravens fan, but I do want to see Lamar Jackson shine and do good. Because I think he deserves it. He takes a lot of criticism that he doesn't deserve. And I hope he shuts all these critics up. You want to say that he's not a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. BS. That guy's a top 5 quarterback in this league. One of the most talented individuals in the NFL. In the NFL that's ever seen. And he's going to keep proving it. But overall, shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. You got the job done today. Shout out to Lamar Jackson shutting up the critics today, saying that he can't win a playoff game. He can't win a big game. He can't win a meaningful game against a good team the way he just did. He beat King Henry and the Tennessee Titans 20-13. You know, that's my reaction to the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans, with the Ravens taking the Titans down, boogieing on their logo. That's what they get for talking noise, like they just them dudes. No, you're not. You're a running team, and if somebody stops King Henry, this is what happens. You can barely put up points. Ryan Tannehill, congratulations on rejuvenating your career with the Titans, but you're just a game manager, bro. That's it. You guys need King Henry to run you to the promised land. He just couldn't do it this year. Maybe he didn't have that much left in the tank, or maybe just the Ravens are just that doggone good. So I'm excited to see these boys go forward. But this is Big Pass Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next episode, peace.